Hey, Cheryl. Because I'm an asshole and I just don't want to be around no more. Well, let's go. See, maybe the traffic's died down here in Jackson. Well, I thought it was. Yeah, just everything just piles up. I'm just not in a good mood, and I really, if somebody says something wrong, I'll probably take their heads off today. Uh, but I thought I'd let you guys. I'm probably not be talking much, but just let you guys see Mississippi because I haven't been over here in Mississippi for a while. Hi, Deborah. I'm not asking Joe for any sympathy or any deal. Just talking. You know, people have bad days, but I don't ask anybody for nothing. I try to do everything on my own, but it sucks sometimes when you can't do everything. Did you guys all see Rita's video this morning about if you're a member of her channel, you can win a quilt? Don't enter, don't buy. I have better odds of winning. Hi, Lisa. Okay. Pull up a seat and sit down and enjoy the ride. No, you don't, Joe. I'm sorry. I don't agree with you on a lot of the stuff you say, and you don't have to. I like you as a person, but I don't have the same philosophy and spiritual and all the other stuff that you go through and do. Morning, Glenda. We didn't look at the weather. I wonder how close the hurricane is. We're going to be right down here in the hurricane. I don't know if you guys seen what just happened. I asked somebody to stop. They didn't. So they got put in timeout. Another one, what is this, number 29 or 30? 29. I knew I was close. I try to pay attention to what you ladies say and what you do and stuff. And I'm sorry I put Joe in timeout, but sometimes she doesn't know when to shut up. I told her just stop and drop it, you know. And I mean, we can have a conversation, but don't go over and over and over shit. This is supposed to be here for, and I started it because the way I titled it, and I'm sorry, I can't change it. Colors are blue and yellow. I don't know if I like that. Blue and green maybe, but not blue and yellow. I'm really not into yellow that much though. I had a yellow race car once. And for you guys, some of you don't know how YouTube works, so I'm not saying nothing behind Joe's back. She actually can be here still. Even if you block somebody on YouTube, they can still come in. They cannot comment though. They can come in and watch. Morning, Rita. Sorry, Rita. I started off in a bad mood. I blocked Joe. Well, I didn't block her. I put her in timeout. I'm not having a very good morning, and she wouldn't shut up. So I blocked her, put her in timeout for a day. They always said the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, I got two phones. I told everybody, Rita, about your video that you did about the giveaway. I told them not to go over and watch it or, become members because it drops my odds. Yep, I know, Rita. But I'm an ass, and I tell everybody that. You're not, so close your ears, Rita, because you're one of the sweetest ladies on YouTube. Morning, Kim. Kim, what were you doing up at 5 o'clock this morning? I've seen you as over on Rita's at 5 o'clock. Well, both of you old ladies up at 5 o'clock. I slept in. I went to bed, I don't know, 9:30. I guess because I stayed up all night the night before, but I didn't want to get up this morning. Shannon called me at 8 o'clock from the feed store, and I didn't even answer the phone. I just laid there. Rita, I either want the one with the hearts or the last one there. I ain't sure which one I'm picking. I know I'm going to win. Hey, Backlash. Thank you, buddy. No, don't add no more. You picked us 3 this morning there, and that's plenty for him to pick from. Hey, Joe, what's up, Joe? Joe's it snowing up there in New York? Oh, bump. Man, it's a big bump. Backlash, make sure you tell Panda I said hi. I don't care about that old woman that hangs around you. Oh, somebody's in the basement. Who's the surprise? It's Joe. What's up? Oh, dang it, Joe. I'm trying to hit the button.
Oh, my GPS is in the way. What's up, Randy?
I didn't hear you.
I said my GPS was in the way.
Oh, I thought it was your face that was in the way.
Shit. Where you headed?
New Orleans. I'm chasing the storm. There's a hurricane coming.
Oh, good. That'll be interesting.
You didn't miss nothing, Kim.
No. You can't
We're
see
all
me
here.
vertical.
There you upside down. There you are.
Oh.
For you ladies that don't know, Joe lives up by Buffalo. He's a landscaper, farmer, and all.
Yep, you name it.
Lisa Louise, I like the new name.
I'm going to picking up the chipper now.
Oh, are you?
Whoa, jeez. I think they spent some time on the 90 here, fixing potholes. Holy smokes, that was a good one. Guy's whole trailer bounced right in front of me, came off the road.
Yeah, I'm right here in Jackson, Mississippi. I was up here north here, was the home of Jerry Clower. I like Jerry Clower a lot.
Oh, nice.
In here. But the roads right here through Jackson, man, they got some whoop. You don't need to go on a roller coaster ride, put it that way. They got some whoops through here.
I bet. Oh, hang on. Fuck. Excuse my language, but
I can't believe they closed the truck stop. Did they close the whole truck stop or just the restaurant, Joe?
Just the diner.
That's it?
Yep, just the diner.
Man, they had a good business there.
I know they did. The owner said, basically, go home and go somewhere else. And they closed the restaurants.
Yeah, Lisa, I
don't know.
Used to, when we had cassette tapes, I had a bunch of Jerry Clower's cassette tapes. Knock him out of the tree, John!
I don't know if they were robbing the guy blind or what, but I don't know.
Or Lisa, the one where Marcel and them run the wire down to the outhouse and the tour bus comes. And this one here relates me to, because all you women are in here, they go down to the outhouse and they got the speaker down there underneath the outhouse, and I can't do it like Jerry Clower. And they get on the microphone and the lady sits down and they holler out, "Move over, lady, we're digging down here." And she comes to screaming and hollering and running out the house. That was one of the best ones.
I gotta really be careful in through here because the other day they killed someone working on the side of the road.
Yep, I stayed Yazoo, Mississippi last night.
Oh, nice.
You guys, I don't know if you guys know the story about Jerry Clower, but he actually
No,
was a
what?
fertilizer salesman. He was a
Oh,
fertilizer
yeah?
salesman, and he'd go around all over trying to, sell the fertilizer. And he started talking, telling jokes or things, just trying to get people to buy his fertilizer. I'm being nice on the word fertilizer. And that's how he got his start.
What else is
And the
new,
last,
Randy?
do what?
What else is new?
Not a whole lot. Trump
No.
won, if you hadn't heard.
Yeah, yep. Trump won the presidency or whatever you call it.
I didn't get no vote, so I was hoping everybody would write in for me, but nobody
Same.
did.
Yep. America's going to be great again. Another 4 years.
Yeah, Kim, my dad, and me both like all of them with Marcel.
What are you hauling coils today or?
Piggies. Cut up pigs in a box.
Nice.
Janie Jane says you look like Dart, like something Dartation. I hate it because I can't read.
I can't see nothing. Just a video.
Oh, one of the guys on Four Musketeers. People, you can see the lanes ending. Now, why are you going to crowd me? Not in the mood today. I'll put you right in them cones. Wish I could get on video running somebody through the cones.
Yeah, some people deserve it.
Yep. Yeah, they can see there's plenty of signs here saying the lane's in, and they just got to crowd me. Hey, Verna.
What's his maximum speed limit out there, Randy?
Do what?
What's the maximum speed limit on the highways out there?
In this area here, if you're not in town, it's 70.
Yeah.
Verna, I'm headed to New Orleans, and Joe is up in Buffalo, around Buffalo area.
Yep. Yep, I'm in about Buffalo, around that area today, yep.
He's going to go
Then I
get
gotta
the
go.
wood chipper, looks like.
Yep. Then I gotta go back into the woods. When you coming back out this way, aren't you?
I'm not. I
No.
ain't gonna say I'm not gonna say I'm not, but where I'm working right now, we don't really run out there.
Uh-huh. You go right to the slaughterhouse, or?
Yeah, I run out of
Oh,
all the
nice.
slaughterhouses out of Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma.
Nice.
Oh shoot! Thanks, Lisa. Lisa, drop your link before you leave, so we can get you some more subscribers. And if you don't mind, drop Rita's store.
Hey, talk about stores. Have you talked to Scott, or?
Nope. You ever get your stuff?
Hell no.
You haven't?
No.
Oh shit.
Yep. He was too smart to get you. He knows you're a truck driver. You can go anywhere.
Oh, Verna's saying Scott got her too, or him too. Her.
Come on. Why, what happened? I can't see the chat, but no
Yeah,
shit.
I
On
know.
what?
No. Yeah, Verna said she had problems too. Here.
What was she getting made?
She doesn't say here.
Oh, wow.
I haven't had my bonfire yet. Weather ain't been right when I got home.
No. Spring's coming.
Yep.
You still gonna burn them all?
Yep.
Yeah, you did a shit job probably. Is that what you said, or?
Yep. Yeah, they're not straight. You can't see them very good. It's
Wow.
not, and we paid extra for supposedly a high quality print.
You got scammed. There wasn't no high quality print there. Them are the lowest possible you could go, cheapest way. I seen them when I met with you. You
Vernon
had one
says
on.
he owes her $70.
Oh, you got me for about 2.25, I think. Somewhere around there, 180, 200. I think it was right around 2.25. Kept saying he was going to make the shirts, and then the lady, and then he started blaming some lady that was in the hospital and she got sick and blah, 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 blah. It was nonstop excuses.
Rambling with the Brahms, Kim. He used to come in here quite a bit, and I was promoting him selling stickers or shirts and
Yep.
stuff, and he burned a bunch of people.
Yep.
But he can spend money to go on cruises. They're going on another cruise, but he got a bunch of people on YouTube to go, and I think him and Jesse got their tickets free, but Jesse has put a lot of money back in, giving stuff away. But Scott, I believe, is pretty cheap. When they did a giveaway, he actually went by some rest areas. He went in the state, and he gave them away. He didn't even have to buy them.
Wow.
Somebody's calling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it seems like I get burned every time I help somebody out. Like Devil Dog and his wife Jamie, when they was making their stickers, and the stickers were bad, and I said something about it. Hi, Victoria. And so I don't talk to them no more. But if you got some bad product, don't ask me to promote it, because if it's bad, I'm not going to lie to people.
Right. Why were the stickers? They weren't sticking, or?
You know, people's money's too hard to get. You know, I don't want them wasting money on something I promote it and they get bad stuff.
What was wrong with the stickers?
They would fade.
Oh, in the sun?
Yeah, they would fade in the sun, but they blamed it because I'd washed my truck all the time, but I had other stickers on there and they were perfect. And some of the
Oh,
stickers were even a year older than what theirs was, but they wouldn't last 6 months on a truck outside. And I had a lot of people that were outdoorsmen wanting to put them on their boats or their pickups. I mean,
uh-huh.
they're pretty stickers, and they'd work on a sticker board, but they weren't. And they said they put this UV ray stuff. I don't know anything about it. Just to
Yeah.
spray stuff on it to help. But yeah, now supposedly they started doing something different. I don't know. I don't talk to them no more.
Uh-huh.
And I really like talking to Eddie, but I didn't like his wife. Jamie's a bitch.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Mike. Yes, Mike. I'm not driving that truck now, but yes, your sticker is still good on that truck. I haven't taken the stickers off the KW, and yours is still good.
Yeah, I remember all those stickers you had.
I never did count how many was on there, but there was a bunch.
Yeah.
Mike, your retirement didn't last long. I seen the other day. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Carol.
No, I haven't, Victoria. I know some of these people. That channel I haven't heard, but there was another one. They were waiting until they got money, and it was like months later. They do a giveaway, and then they don't have the money to mail the stuff out. If you're don't have the money to mail the stuff out, don't have a giveaway.
Right.
Yeah, I seen the live you was talking about that, Mike. You're young enough, Mike. You need to work anyway. You gotta get old like me before you retire. You fish too much anyway. Oh, he did it for another channel? Okay. Oh, I know what that phone call was. I'm supposed to be drawing blood tomorrow in Missouri, and I don't think I'm gonna get my blood drawn.
I'll drop back in here soon, Randy.
All right, later, Joe.
I'm about to pick up. I'll call you on my road home.
All right, Berna. Yeah, Mike, there's a lot of people miss you. You got a pretty good sized following. A whole lot bigger than me. That don't take much. I just drive up and down the road and bitch a lot. You're out there fishing and doing things. All right, Mike, thanks for dropping in. Morning, Mr. Smokey Bear. Why you turn your lights on? Who's speeding? He's warning somebody. Nope, he actually pulled out, chasing a car down north. I got it, Verna, but I'll answer it right here on here. We don't have our P.O. box anymore, and we don't give our address out anymore. I don't expect anything from anybody. I'm sorry, but I could read the text when you sent it to me there. But we don't have we stopped paying for the P.O. box. So Shannon's there by herself, and so I just don't give the address out. Sorry. I appreciate it. We worry about people getting it or something. We live out in the middle of nowhere, and she's by herself. So, hey, Ted, you're going live now, Ted. Hi, Linda. Ted, you're gonna have to come over to Missouri once in a while and see what a real deer looks like. All those in your field there look kind of small. Oh, Bernard, Shannon's actually making her own. She made some with vodka and bourbon. They're kind of, it look like little pop bottles, but she made a batch almost a year ago. Ted, if you want, drop your link. If somebody wants to come over and watch you hunt, you're more than welcome to come over. Oh, I see you can't though. Wait a minute, I'll fix that. Somebody's in the basement. Miss Kim. Hey, Kim.
Yeah, it's Kim. Hi, Randy.
No, there you are. There, I couldn't hear you at first. I couldn't read lips.
Ah, well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
I seen your face moving, but it wasn't hearing nothing.
and yeah, if I get real lucky, I won't start coughing a lot.
No. I'll
I
probably
just,
cough for both of us today. I had a coughing, throwing up spiel this morning. Thanks,
uh-oh,
Vernon, for dropping Ted's channel. I made him a
that's not
mod so he
good.
could do it himself.
That's not good that you're coughing like that.
Oh, I don't know. I think I got like an acid reflux. When I eat something of it,
Uh-oh.
in the morning, I don't do it any other time. Just in the morning when I eat something. I had a breakfast sandwich
Yeah.
and it doesn't go down, and I have to gag and throw
Mm,
all this flame up, and makes my chest
That's
hurt, my ribs hurt.
mm,
And after I get all done, I'm fine then the rest of the day.
wow. Oh, mine is, I mean, I have acid reflux, but it stays fairly well controlled. Um,
Morning,
I
Kelly.
take
Kelly saying hi to you, Kim.
omeprazole all the time. Hi, Kelly. I'm cutting out panels today. I've got to cut, I found a panel that's a whole bunch of little placemats, and
All right,
now
Cheryl.
I've
We'll
got
see you later.
bye, Cheryl. When I was going through all that fabric, and plus I found I've got the two book panels that I've got to make for Colton for books this year. So for Christmas, so I thought, well, might
You
as well
better
go
hurry
ahead
up.
and. Yeah.
Christmas is just around the corner.
Oh, I know. Oh, will trust me. Once I get these cut out, they're not that big of a deal to sew together. The
Oh,
books take me like maybe 45 minutes to put the whole thing together. It takes longer to cut them out and then iron the fusible interfacing to them than it does to sew them.
oh.
So they're pretty easy. But I've also got the kids' ornaments that I got to get painted. So, but I figured as humid as it is today, it's not going to be a good day to paint because it won't dry right. It'll wind up dry and tacky. So I'll wait to do that later. But when I read your deal about just shoot me, I thought, oh, what happened?
Oh, I'm just in a bad mood. I'm getting over it.
No. Well, that's good. It's always better to get over the bad moods and be done with them. You want to know
Kim's
why
in
I was
Kim's in,
upset?
Kim is in Missouri. Vernon, she lives south of me. She lives in the Kansas City metro area.
Yeah. I'm literally about 8.5 minutes from Chiefs and Royal stadiums. I'm not too far east of them. In fact, when the Chiefs have the home games and they have the military flyovers, I not only hear the jets, I can see them. So, which is really pretty cool, seeing those jets flying in formation overhead this far east. But they have to make kind of a big circle to head back to. They're usually coming out of Whiteman Air Force Base, so
Yeah.
they make a pretty good sized circle coming back.
Vernon's got a question here. Did you hear about how much snow New Mexico is getting? No, I haven't. Don't, Vernon, we don't want no cussing on this channel. No four-letter words.
Sure, Randy. There was a lady on. I was moderating for a quilt friend of mine that lives in Arizona, and there was a lady in her chat that was from northern New Mexico, and she said that they had 9 inches of snow in their backyard this morning. And I was like, ooh.
I think we're going to have a pretty hard winter this year. We haven't had one in a long time.
Exactly. And I heard a lady when I was in the grocery store day before yesterday, and she was standing talking to one of the gals that was helping her at the meat counter, and the girl said, okay, she said, I know you have a persimmon tree. She said, what do they look like? And the lady said, honey, you ain't gonna like it. The girl said, okay, what did it say? And she said, we checked 9 of them, and all 9 of them were spoons.
So you're an eavesdropper.
Well, it was kind of hard not to hear them because the lady she was talking to, I know the lady, and she's just about totally deaf. So yeah, they were kind of yelling at each other. And several people around us were going, oh no.
It's all right. I'm an eavesdropper too. I like listening to people.
Oh sometimes this little old lady, I mean, I swear, okay, I'm almost 70, but this little old lady, she's got to be 90 if she's a day.
Victoria says hers has spoons.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing a lot of people saying. And the one woolly worm that I have seen up here, that little dude was jet black from one end to the other.
Yeah, so I seen one. Yep, I always went by the woolly worms. If the caterpillars are kind of a light colored yellow or white or whatever, you're not going to have much snow. But I've always been told if they're black, hold on.
Yep. Well, the first winter that I lived in Missouri, of course.
Morning, Paula. Glad you woke up.
I grew up in Colorado. Hi, Paula. And yeah, they have wild winters sometimes, but nothing like the state of Missouri. And first winter we was down here, my mother-in-law said, oh, it's going to be a bad winter. And I said, how can you tell? And she looked at me like I had grown 2 extra heads. And she said, well, the woolly worms, of course. And I said, the what? And my husband looked at her and he says, Mom, Kim doesn't know what a woolly worm is. And my mother-in-law looked at me and she said, how can you get to be this age and not know what a woolly worm is? I said, well, because I wasn't born here. I was raised in Denver, Colorado. So yeah, I don't know what a woolly worm is. So then she described it to me. I said, oh, okay, all those little black things crawling around out there on the porch. And she said, that's them. I said, okay, so what does that mean? She said, that means we're going to have a long, wet, cold winter with a lot of snow. And she was right. Winter of 78 in Macon County, Missouri went down basically as one of the worst winters they'd had in years.
Yep. We lived in Dunlap, Iowa at the time. I had to climb out the second floor bedroom window to dig the doorways open so we could get out. Paula, you get a notification, you just hang up from him. Paula said she was on the phone with my kid. So that's why she wasn't in early.
Ah. Oh, I know. I had to have surgery in December of 1978. And my mom and dad had moved down here from their home in Denver. And Dad and Dave had moved snow with our 2 pickups so that they could get up and down our road because the city that we lived in, their guy didn't know how to operate the blade. So he wouldn't get out to blade the roads. And
Kelly's saying here there was a lot of snow days in the 70s. You know, Kelly, I think so too. I think we had more snow in the 70s than any other time I've been alive. It seems like it to me too. Bigger snowstorms.
Yeah. Well, and they lasted a lot longer because it stayed so cold.
Yep.
And It amazes me how some of these patterns, they put the page number below the piece that you're cutting. So you have no clue how to put the pattern together exactly. That's okay. I'll fool them.
Go, Smokey Bear, get him. Little dark car, you're going to get pulled over. I guess he didn't pull a car over. He's getting off the exit.
Uh-oh. Boy, a police officer blew by me the other day when I was on my way over to the polling place, just on 39th. And I was going past, there's a school zone right before that. There's a church, and then they've got a school right there. And I had slowed down to 25 like you're supposed to, and was getting ready to stop at the little crossing light that they have. And man, that Independence police officer went flying around me, blasting his horn, and went flying down the road. No sirens, no lights, just in a hurry, apparently.
Huh.
I thought, wow. And if one of us was to even think about moving over that 25 mile an hour, we'd get stopped and get a ticket out of it.
Yep.
But I thought, dang, he must have been in one heck of a hurry.
Yeah, some of them think just because they got a gun and a badge, the rules don't apply to them.
And he was talking on his cell phone. I thought, yeah, we're not supposed to do any of that in traffic, but you'd be amazed how many of them that I have pulled up beside at a stop sign, and they're sitting there playing with their cell phones. And what's bad is that I'm actually sitting up high enough in my little SUV that I can see what they're playing. They're playing games. And then if somebody honks their horn at them to move when the light changes, they'll pull over and then follow the person that honked at them.
Yep. Vernon says
like,
there, Kim, perhaps he was having a donut addiction meltdown.
Oh, I'll tell you what. It must have been bad. Well, and he was going to have to go a long ways to get to it. Unless he was going to stop a
lady, I think it's a setup deal. It's a black SUV, and there's a cop always stopping this lady that do different videos. And one of them, he pulls her over, and she rolls her down. She goes, "Where are you going so fast?" "Well, I'm trying to get to the donut shop before you do." And then there's another one. She says, she goes to ask her, "How come you're going so fast?" She goes, "I'm trying to keep up with traffic." And he goes, "There's no traffic ahead of you." And she goes, "Well, see, that's how far I am behind." They're kind of cute little deals.
Talk about your setups.
If anybody interested, Ted just went live, I believe. I don't know if he's hunting deer today or what. He's been hunting a lot.
Oh, now, which one is Ted?
Off the Hook.
Ah, okay.
Outdoors.
Okay.
He does a lot of fishing and hunting videos. He makes baits, the plastic baits.
Yeah. Hey, have you talked to Charlie with Ugly Dog Lures?
I talked to Election Day to Mel on Facebook. That's all I've talked to him. I was aggravating them. They went and voted, and we're on Facebook, and I talked with Mel on there.
Yeah. Well, I had sent an email to the one for his that's connected to his YouTube about doing a couple of ornaments for the girls for Christmas. And because their dad was such an avid fisherman. And I had asked Charlie one time on a live if he could do, if he could paint the marine camo. And he said, yeah. So that's what I was going to do, was have the big lures done in the marine camo, and then the girls they would know that that was in honor of their dad. And
They're going through a lot right now. Charlie's getting ready for a hip replacement. And Mel's mom is bad right now.
Oh, no. Well.
But Charlie's getting ready to have a hip replacement, so.
Is his heart doing better? Because I knew
I think they got it under control a little bit.
Oh, good.
That's why they're waiting a little bit before they did his hip to get that all under control.
Yeah. I know I've sure missed his being on. I thoroughly enjoyed watching him do those lures and stuff.
Yeah, on Tuesday nights, have a glitter party and a rubber band shooting contest. I enjoyed it. I spent 3 days with them out there.
Oh, wow.
We went out to the campsite, had a cookout, went out to eat several times and stuff. Yeah, I spent 3 days with them.
Oh, wow. I'll bet he's got a heck of a shop there, doesn't he?
I didn't go to the shop.
Ah.
I never got to see his shop. I stayed at the truck stop, and they come and got me, and we'd run around everywhere. They showed me different sites.
Yeah. I know Nathan was telling me one day that he was going to try to get a run to bring him through the Kansas City area. And I said, okay. And he said, because I thought that maybe once I get the truck parked, he said, maybe you could come and get me and take me back to your house for biscuits and gravy. And I said, you got a deal. I said, and if that's what happens, I said, I'll send the leftovers with you. He says, okay.
I tell him to stay out of Oak Grove. We'd have a better deal. They got a Popeye's chicken there.
Really?
Yeah, the TA's got a Popeye's. There's only one in our area anymore.
Wow.
They had one up north of you there off of 291, but they closed it, tore it down.
Oh, boy.
I don't like Popeyes. I like their jambalaya, but I don't like the chicken, but Shannon loves it.
Now, there's a Popeyes over here on Highway 40, but you couldn't get a rig in there. It's hard enough getting car and smaller vehicles in there the way that they've got it set. Well, it's not so much the position of the building. It's the way they've got the driveway.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit of a nightmare. But I've stopped in there a few times and gotten some chicken. And I went through there one day and I had placed my order, and they had me pull on up so that I could pick it up. And the girl hollers out the window and said something about the spicy. And I said, no. And she was like, yes, you did. You ordered spicy. And I said, no, I didn't. And I told her exactly what I ordered. She looks at me and she goes, 1 minute, please. When she closed that window, both hands was on her hips. And the last words I heard was, what the hell is going on?
Shannon goes to
Apparently,
Dunkin' Donuts a lot, and we've never had an order messed up there. But she went the other day, and they forgot her donut and her sandwich or something, and she had to drive back
uh-oh.
around to the drive-through, and it was laying there. I guess they forgot to put it in the bag. But usually we don't have no problem
Uh-oh.
with Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow. And do you know, no, there's a Dunkin' Donuts over on 291, and I haven't been in a Dunkin' Donuts, oh my goodness, since I was 16 years old.
And she loves
That's
their
been such a
coffee.
few years.
I don't drink coffee, but she loves her coffee.
Last time I was in there was when I went to work with a girlfriend of mine, and she worked at the Dunkin' Donuts over in Lakewood, Colorado. And I don't know whether you remember the donut shop murders happened in the
No,
70s.
no, I
And there
don't
was
remember
two
that
guys
one.
going around, and they were kidnapping and murdering several of the donut shop waitresses, and my friend was one of them. Yeah, you can look it up sometime. Her name's Leora Rose Looney. And her youngest sister and I are still real close friends.
Mm.
But I haven't been in one since then. I mean, Duncan's was really good to her family afterwards, but my mom and dad were the same way. And of course, dad was a truck driver, and there was one close to where he usually had a delivery, and while they was unloading the trailer, he always had time to go over there and get coffee and a donut. And he told mom later, he said, I can't do it anymore.
My favorite
I
is the
just can't.
Bavarian cream.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I got a phone call. They want to know my temperature.
Oh boy. Okay, y'all, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to see if I can see chat. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm going to hope that it works without kicking me off of here. Ah, there we go. Hi, Kelly. Okay, apparently I'm still up there, so this is a good thing, but at least I can see chat now.
It's been kind of quiet.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, my girlfriend that actually got the phone for me, I was telling her how it did, and she said, oh, try this. And she told me what to try, and so, hi, Ginger.
Hi,
And
Ginger.
for right now, it's working. Okay, there's one book cut out, and all
I
the
said it
placemats.
earlier, but I'm going to say it again here real quick. Don't forget, guys, Rita's having a giveaway for her birthday. You don't have much time if you want to become a member. You can get a $100 gift card for the shop, or you can win a blanket, a quilt. So, but you got to be a member of her channel. Only costs you $2.99. I mean, so be a member for her channel. So, and she got 3. If you watch, she had a video this morning. She got 3 quilts made there. You can pick from.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it was after you guys were live.
Ah.
After her live, she made a video.
Mm-hmm. I will have to go check that out. Oh, the only thing is, though, to become a member, don't I have to do that through PayPal?
I don't. I don't know if you can do a PayPal or not. I did mine with my debit card. Hi, Karen. Good morning.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. You know, on some of these little book panels, they put the pictures of what the finished product will look like. And then they'll have a big name type banner thing on it. And those make some of the cutest appliques for t-shirts and sweatshirts. But I'll cut them out later. Right now I'm worried about getting the books themselves cut out. And of course, the way the fabric is woven, I can't just use a ruler and a rotary cutter. I gotta cut
Do
it with
you
scissors.
press the fabric first?
Oh yeah, this was all pressed out beforehand. But yeah, I had thrown them in and washed them, and then I got them all pressed out the other day, and they've been laying flat. So, but they're not starched. It just, now these last two that I bought, they came from Hobby Lobby, but the others that I did had all come from Joann's. And at least this one
Linda,
from Hobby Lobby.
go to her chair. Hold on a minute, Kim. Linda wants to learn how to become a member. Take and go to her channel, and there should be a spot to say join. When she's live, you can go to the dollar sign. But while she's not live, go to her channel, and there should be there underneath of her name a place saying join, and you can follow the steps there. Look for be on the right side, about the middle of the page when you just click onto her deal. I'm already a member, so it does the join don't come up where I'd show you on my other phone. It just says perks. When you're a member, then it will say perks. Some places will give you little badges for how many months you've been members and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then some channels will have live members only, or they'll send out a video early to the members only. But readers like me were technically challenged, so we can't do all that fancy stuff.
I think Rita looks so pretty with her haircut.
I like women that have long hair. I grew up that way that women ought to have long hair. I know a lot of you have it short anymore, but then there's a lot of men anymore that got the long hair.
Yeah, I don't have any choice but to keep mine short. My hair is so thick and so heavy that if I let it grow, I start having real bad headaches, and it will actually pull my neck out of place. And because the weight of it, it just pulls my head backwards and then it keeps my neck out of place. And plus I'm allergic to the dust and stuff that it holds. And so it's easier and better for me to just keep it short. So
yeah, I understand it. It's easier to maintain and cooler and different things.
Yeah.
But it's hard for a man to grab a woman by their hair and drag them around.
Trust me. My late husband learned quickly not to do things like that. He reached out and grabbed my hair one time to slow me down going down a hall. And that was his first mistake.
I was watching some highlights from football games the other day, and some of these guys have got some really long hair, and they're being
Oh, I know
tackled
it.
because the guys are reaching up and grabbing their hair and pulling them down.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then the other team's getting penalized for it.
Yeah.
Seriously? Come on. Did you see that deal where a bunch of those not high school, but college football guys are dropping out of the game because of concussions?
No, I haven't
And
seen this. Yeah.
I guess one of them has decided, well, the first one that dropped out said that there was just no way that he could come back from this last concussion that he got. And so he said, I'm giving up the game that I love. Well, his father is a neurosurgeon, and this young man has decided to, that when he is gone, he is donating his brain to science so that they can study and see what's actually going on in brain tissue with all of these concussions and stuff.
Reed Cairns.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense, Karen. And shorter hair definitely helps with hot flashes.
I have that problem when I'm going live. If I turn the camera around, I give women hot flashes.
Okay.
Pull your feet up.
They are. Can you remember back several years ago when I actually started having those? And I'd be wiping sweat off my face. And of course, we had a logging business and we were out in the timber. And I would just be wiping sweat like crazy. He'd say, "What is wrong with you?" A hot flash. You know, when they happen when it's only 10 degrees outside, they're not too bad because they actually help warm you up. But when it's 105, they are not fun.
My
It makes it
sister's
worse.
going through that right now a little bit. She had a problem
Oh.
since my dad died. She had her period, but she stopped. I mean, she's only 2 years younger than me. So what is she, 61? It stopped for 2 years and started back. So she had a hysterectomy about a month ago. But right now she's having hot flashes. And her
Yep.
husband, he had a stroke like I did. He had a really bad stroke. And I run around for a couple of days with them there. And she got the air conditioner on and the fan on in the house. And we're sitting there freezing and she's boiling over.
Yep. It happens.
Linda's talking again here. Join or looking for it.
Linda, it should be right underneath, like where you subscribe. There should be a thing there that says join.
Yeah, right there by where the bell is. If you want to get notifications and stuff, it should be right in that area there.
Yeah. Randy, tell your sister that eventually the hot flashes will go away. The hysterectomy messes with your hormones. I know, been there, done that. And what was bad was that I had been through all of that for several years. I had been done with menopause for, oh my gosh, about 14 years. And when that doctor said, oh, by the way, you're going to have some of these symptoms again, like the hot flashes and, possible mood swings. And I was like, oh, come on, doc. She's like, yep, it's going to mess with you. She was right. I didn't have the mood swings, but the emotional part of it, oh my word. It was awful. I mean, 2 years afterwards, I'm still dealing with the occasional hot flash, but not near like I was.
Hey, Madwood.
Hi, Madwood.
Karen takes something. I can't say that word.
Gabapentin.
Gabapentin.
Gabapentin. It's for the people who have neuropathy. That works really good to help to keep the nerves behaving like they're supposed to.
Harry's wife's having one in December, it looks like.
Derek,
Gary, get you a
I'll keep you
blanket.
both in my prayers.
Get you a blanket because it's going to get cold in there.
Oh my, I'm glad to have those things cut out.
Victoria's telling her now, too.
Yeah. Next to the notification.
Yeah, it's right there by the bell. I don't know why she's not seeing it. And I'm a member on my already, so it won't show up on my phone, or I'd show her. It says perks.
That is done. Not that much of it anyway. I was going to set my big folding table up and work on my tying a quilt, but I can't do that because I've still got those boxes of fabric sitting here that need to go to the thrift store, and they're heavy enough.
How's another deal? Them people never did come up and get that material you had, did they?
No, did not. Oh, that's okay, because I called Nancy with Our Treasured Home, and she and I did a video call, and she was sitting there looking at it as I was sorting through it, and I just started asking her, would you use this? She was like, heck yeah. So I've got one of the large flat rate boxes packed to go to her. And then I have a 1 bushel size box that that a girlfriend of mine that lives in Bevere, she's gonna come and get it, because it probably weighs 60, 65 pounds.
No.
And I'm not mailing that. Shoot, I can't even pick
Yeah,
the
it'd be
dumb thing up.
they was talking the other day somewhere, on Jesse and Lisa's. The mail, I didn't know it,
Mhm.
but mail and packages went up like
Mhm.
$2 a package.
Wow. So that means that that large pack and ship is going to, instead of being the
Hi, Sarah.
26 that it was, is now going to be closer to 30.
Yep.
Well, that's all right.
Sarah,
Hi,
Sarah's
son.
saying hi to you.
Yeah, luckily I can still see the chat. So, but no, I started through and I just decided, you know what? I have got to get rid of a bunch of this. And it was driving me crazy. And it's all on, well, what I'm keeping anyway is on shelves. I went to Menards and I bought one of those big sets of metal shelves, and each shelf is guaranteed to hold 350 pounds apiece. And I'm like, yeah, my fabric don't weigh quite that much, but they're nice big shelves, and I've got everything where I can see it now. And I've got some totes that are still in my closet, but I know exactly what's in them.
There's
And so,
somebody, I don't remember who it was, but they live in apartments like you do, but they're
mm-hmm,
redoing her apartment and they're
mm-hmm,
moving her stuff out, putting in storage, and she got a bunch of stuff like you do, and going to put her in a
yeah,
motel for a couple weeks. I forget who
yeah.
that was that's talking about that the other night.
Oh, yeah. I remember, and I can't think of her name either. Um,
That's a heck of a deal, having to move all
yeah.
your stuff out.
Well, see, when they start redoing the apartments here, the only
Susan,
time they
yeah,
do them,
yep, it was
yeah,
Susan.
yeah, and the only way that they redo these apartments is if somebody moves out. And the company that owns this now, they go in and they're tearing all of the carpet out. Um, the only rooms that are carpeted now, or will be, is the bedrooms. Everything else is going to be that luxury vinyl plank flooring, and it's supposed to look like hardwood, but yeah, kind of
Sarah,
lacking.
I'm in
But
Mississippi. I got, 27 miles and we'll be in Louisiana.
cool. Then how far are you from New Orleans?
122 miles.
Well, that's not too bad. So once you cross the line, you only got about what, two
About
and a half
100.
hours to go?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
No,
I asked Nathan the last time the kids were all here. I said, of all of the places that you drive, what is your absolute least favorite? He said, New York. He said, I hate driving up there. For a while, they were sending him down to Florida a lot.
New
But
York State itself's not that bad. Now, if you get over by New Jersey and in the north, the East Coast side of it, yes.
mm-hmm,
But New York State itself is beautiful. If you get up there on the Indian Reservation or go up
mm-hmm,
across by Buffalo and Albany, that's
mm-hmm,
beautiful up there.
mm-hmm. Now, see, that's what my oldest daughter and her husband said. They, their youngest son had, well, Brendan still has some pretty serious health issues, but um, the drug study that he was in, um, they actually sent him to Boston Children's Hospital for an evaluation. And so the kids were up there. And of course, Boston Children's Hospital is at Harvard. And my daughter, yes, I love her. Um, she bought a Harvard sweatshirt. Well, somebody asked her something about, what was going on. So she started telling them about Brendan. And of course, as long as they had dealt with it, she was using all the big medical terms and everything. And they were like, wow. Becky said, yep. She said, we was only there for 30 minutes. Just think what I could have learned if I'd have been there for the entire 4 years. I was like, please tell me you didn't. She said, and my son-in-law said, yeah, Ma, she did.
Sarah, yeah, I don't like Atlanta, Georgia either, especially for trucks. I don't, if you know it, Sarah, but trucks aren't allowed to go downtown. I do once in a while, and I got video going downtown, but we're supposed to go around the loop. But it is always congested. And it doesn't matter what time of day it is either.
I had a friend that worked at the airport there in Atlanta for a while, and he was with Southwest Airlines. And he said, of all the places that I've worked, he said, Atlanta was the one I hated the worst. I said, seriously? He said, yep. He said, give me Kansas City or Dallas any day of the week. I said, is there any others that you wouldn't work out? He said, oh, yeah. He said, I wouldn't work at the one in Colorado either.
They had a
He'd
lot
had to
of
go
problems
over.
with that one in Colorado when they built the
Yeah.
new one. They
Yeah.
said because it was on an Indian site, it would had spirits out there. That I don't know. You ain't been back in your seen the new one. It's on the
No.
west or east side of town. It's like
Yeah.
15, 20 miles out. The old one is right
Mhm.
downtown there. I mean, you go in underneath the runways from it, but the other one's way
Yeah.
out east, out where all that farmland is, and that's all built up industrial
Mhm.
park now.
Oh, wow. Well, I've got a friend that still lives out there, and her husband has one of the restaurants that's out there. And she's in the travel industry. She does a lot of booking the travels and stuff like that. So she stays on top of all of these restaurants and everything. Plus, associated with that, she also is involved with some of the real estate agents and people that come to her for travel advisories and stuff. They'll say, well, do you know of any place to rent or buy or anything like this? So she's gotten acquainted with several of the real estate agents. And she said, I'll tell you what, she said, the Denver airport now, she said, it is a nightmare. And I said, you got to be kidding. And she said, no. She said, Auden, even working out there, she said, there's a lot of times, she said, he comes home and he just falls into a chair and says, I'm seriously thinking about quitting. And I said, oh, that's not good. She said, no, it isn't. Because she said he loves what he does. And but she said, it's just horrible out there. But I know Becky coming back from, Cincinnati, because that's where the drug study for Brendan was. And instead of going to Dallas for a layover, you can't fly from Cincinnati back to Kansas City. You either have to go to Milwaukee, Dallas, or Denver for
Oh,
a layover. And so Beck decided one time that she hadn't been in Denver, so they'd just take the Denver layover. And she said, I'll tell you what, she said, I'm glad that we never got out of the specific area for us to sit. She said, we did not try to go into any other part of the airport. She said, because it looked like a madhouse. She said, I thought, nope, I'm not going to do it. And I guess she was talking to one of the other passengers, and they said, it's a good thing you didn't. And it was a couple that was seated right next to her and Brendan on the flight coming back. And they said, it's a good thing you didn't leave. They said, we just did make it just as they were getting ready to close the door. And they had only gone just a little ways away, but it was so packed that they couldn't get back. I thought, ooh, that's not good.
yeah, I've heard they've had a lot of problems out there,
Mm-hmm.
but Denver has grown a lot over the last few
Oh, yeah.
years. And
Oh, yeah,
hi,
they have.
Sandra. Sandra
Hi,
K's here.
Sandra.
Oh, thanks.
I know.
Somebody forgot to build a road here.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
I don't know if you can see it in the camera, man. Just beating the heck out of the truck.
Well, I know. When Rachel and Nathan were out there, IS has been here about 6.5 years ago. They went out, and he said then, he said, he said, I'd never been out there. And of course, Rachel hadn't. And they went by the house that I grew up in, and a couple of the places that I knew. And she was asking questions about it. So here, I guess about 3 years ago, they had decided that they were going to take the kids. And she said, we want to go back to Colorado, but we want you to go with us so that you can show us the places that you frequented. And I said, I'd really rather not. And she's like, why? She said, we're paying for the vehicle because they were going to rent one of those big ones and either get the big Escalade or the big, what's the big Chevy?
Suburban.
Yes. And she said, we'll pay for the hotel. And if you will buy your own dinners. I said, okay. And she was doing that because of my allergies. And I said, the only thing is, I said, Rachel, I seriously have no desire to ever set foot in that state again. And she said, oh, okay. But I said, if you guys want to go, go. And she said, nah, she said, it won't be any fun if you're not there with us. But they were going to go up to the Craig area where my mom and dad had lived. But there was some problem
You
with
should have went.
and decided not to.
Many times you get time to do stuff with family. I know maybe about something you might not want to do, but it would be a memory for them.
Well,
Sandra, are you babysitting today or are you sewing? Sandra's been babysitting a lot here lately.
I know. I think that's neat. I get my youngest grandson again the 19th. So Rachel's got another dental appointment down here at the dental college. So I'm going to keep Colton she said shouldn't be more than a couple of hours, but even if it is, Colton and I get along just fine. So I get the blocks and the cars and trucks out and he's good. So oh, she's still got one. That's neat.
Okay. It's all right. I know you ride along a lot of times. They're busy. There's a lot of people do that. They don't comment. They're busy talking. They just like looking at the scenery once in a while or hear me rattle. It's background noise. And a lot of people have never been out of their home state or hometown. They like to see different parts of the country. Hi, Toodles.
Hi, Toodles.
Rita, I got some you can pay too. Go ahead and mute me and I'll send them to you.
Hi again, Rita.
I think everybody's in a pretty good deal right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in all 50 states, Sarah, and you're missing some. Oregon, Washington are some pretty states too. Northern California, From Sacramento up, it's kind of nice. I don't like Southern California. I don't like the desert. I like grass and trees.
Let's see here. I've been in Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, briefly in New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, just barely into Illinois. Well, yeah, I've come across part of Illinois. 46 years in the state of Missouri, and I've never seen the St. Louis Arch. I've been down across Arkansas. Over into Tennessee, and then came back through the state of Illinois.
Rita, one of these days we're gonna get you out of the state. It might be when you're in a pine box, and we'll haul you around. But one of these days we're gonna get you out of Arkansas. I like going up and down the I-5 corridor. It's kind of a pain in the snow, but if it's not snowing, it's beautiful going from California all the way up to Seattle.
Oh. In
It's slow
1978.
because the speed limits are 55 out there.
Yeah. I know in 78, my mom and dad went on vacation, and they had gone up into Montana to see a friend of mine, and then they crossed over into Idaho to see some of Dad's family, then into Oregon to see friends that had lived.
It wasn't
right behind them for
horrible.
several years.
I was just trying to get the old woman out of the state. She won't do it on her 2 feet.
Hey, Rita, I know how you can solve that problem. Drive up next to the Missouri state line, step across it long enough to say, now I've been in Missouri, and then you can go back to Arkansas and go back home.
She could go to Oklahoma too. It's not as far either. She can go to
Yeah,
Oklahoma or Missouri, not that far, and say she's been out of Arkansas.
just step right across that line, and then there you go. Wouldn't take more than a few seconds.
Yeah, Karen, I love it out there. If I had a choice, I'd be out there. I don't like Western or Eastern Washington or Oregon, but I like Western. Once you get out by the mountains.
First time my mom saw the ocean was at Coos Bay, Oregon. And she just thought that was the most spectacular thing. I've still got a bunch of the seashells that she collected then. She found 3 fully intact sand dollars.
Oh, she's been to Missouri. She's been to Branson.
Oh, yeah.
So you have left.
Yeah. See? There you go.
Branson actually looks like
Arkansas. Toodles.
Oh, there went my phone. Hold on, guys. That was a bad bump.
Oh, well, see, Rita, you've been out of the state more than once. There you go.
There. You guys took a ride.
I guess.
I don't mind over by Yakima, but once you get over towards Idaho, I don't like that area. But I like the Yakima or east or west. The eastern side there, I just don't care for it. Yeah, you guys put your seatbelts on 'cause it gets wild in here sometimes.
Randy throws us around.
You know, I usually do these lives and I don't get hardly any text messages. I've gotten 4 or 5 text messages now, and they know I'm driving. It's work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I tell them, I don't, only reason I see it because it flashes across the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them I don't like messing with text messages when I'm driving.
Yeah. Yeah, and the state of Missouri is really going to start cracking down on that January the 1st. They're kind of letting everybody ride now for a while. It's a law. You know, you're not supposed to have your cell phone in your hands, and you're not supposed to be talking on it while you're driving, and none of that garbage. But they're
She's
kind of
working on
letting
books,
people
Toodles.
ride for a little bit.
And then, yeah,
Toodles,
there's
I
a
was just
hurricane coming in here. There's a hurricane supposed to hit here Friday or tomorrow.
Now, are you going to be out of there by then?
Well, I got a text message just asking me about a load, but I couldn't see all of it. So I get off there, I'll answer here in a minute. But I told them once I get empty tonight, I was going to head towards Houston. But then Shannon said that the storm's kind of switched patterns, maybe headed to Houston too. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, one of the weather guys that I watch, it looks like that Texas and Louisiana border could get hit pretty good.
Yeah.
But if it hits there, at least it's not going to go back up through western North Carolina and into Tennessee and Kentucky like it did with Helene.
No. You had to give them a break this time.
And I know they, one weather person had made the statement that it was lessening in power, and yet even our local news has come out with a thing that it has gained now. And one of the other guys has said that it's now reached Category 3 status again.
Yeah, it was a 3 when I heard last.
Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah, Victoria, last I heard, it was still going to hit the Gulf Coast.
Yeah. Toodles, I was cutting out a book panel for my grandson. I'm making the little cloth books. He will be 2 day after tomorrow. And he likes the little cloth books, so. Rachel said the other day, she said, Mom, can you find those anytime other than Christmas? I said, I'm watching. And she said, because he loves the one that you made him last Christmas. And I've already got 2 made for this year, and I've got 2 more laying here that I can put together for him. But they're all Christmas. And she said she likes them because she can just pick them up and throw them in the laundry, and they come back out clean. And she said, and they're not falling apart. And I said, well, no. I'm putting those things together good. I know how your kids do books. I'm making these to last.
All right, we're almost to Louisiana.
Well,
One more
good.
mile.
Cool.
I wish we were headed north, not south.
Yeah.
I hate delivering of an evening, but it's hard to find a place to park afterwards,
Yeah.
and it just runs your whole night or day.
I guess here a while back, Nathan pulled into a place and he sat and waited. And I mean, the truck was backed up to the dock and everything. All of a sudden, he started seeing guys headed out to their trucks and leaving. He got down out of his truck and stepped up to the door, and the outside door was locked. So when he waited for one of the workers to come out, and he said, "Hey, what's going on?" And they said, "Well, we're all going home." And he said, "You can't." He said, "I've got a truck sitting over there that still isn't unloaded." And the guy said, "We unloaded everything that was on our list for today." And Nathan said, "Yeah, well, you missed one." And they went back in the office, and yep, the office had forgotten it.
Oh no.
He said it took him about 3.5 hours to get him unloaded. I was like, good grief. He said, "Yeah." I said, "I wound up having to stay there overnight." He
A
said,
lot
"I
of places
hated it."
don't let us stay on the property. They make us leave right away. There is a few that are
Mm-hmm.
making it where we can park now, but a lot of them make us leave.
Well, he had to, once he finally got unloaded, he went someplace where he could stay. And he told, when he phoned into the dispatcher the next day, he said, "Don't you send me down there anymore." Hi, Gladys.
Hi, Gladys.
He and a bunch of the other drivers are trying to get that one dispatcher out of there. It's a woman. And the only reason that they're not having too much success in getting her out of there is because her husband is one of the drivers. But he apparently doesn't know how she behaves with or attempts to behave with some of the other drivers. But a bunch of them are tired of her behavior, and I can't say that I blame them.
It's hard when the husband and wife both work for me, and Shannon did it for a while. And it's hard sometimes because if they're having a complaint, usually the complaint was about me, not Shannon. She was always nice to everybody except me. Yeah. But they'll complain or do something and try to play us against each other.
Mm. Well, this gal, she made the mistake of tangling with Rachel one time. And Rachel she let her know, that one's mine. You have one of your own. You take care of your husband, I will take care of mine. But you leave mine alone or else. So, and apparently it has worked so far. But that's why they went back to the guys calling in about stuff instead of using an app. Because some of the messages they were getting on the app were definitely unnecessary. So the boss said, "Nope, just go back to making the phone calls." So And I'm hoping that they stick with that. So, well, Randy, I have everything cut here,
That's
at
a
least that I
deep
can.
subject for such a shallow mind.
Now listen, today that could actually be true. I'm just kind of, not only is it foggy outside, and yeah, we still have some fog here in the Independence area. It's
Yeah,
not as
Shannon
bad as
said
it was
she had
earlier.
fog there, up there in St. Joe this morning.
When it started getting daylight this morning, I guess I looked out the first time about 6:45, and there are huge trees in front of my windows. The one in the back is only about 20 feet away, and the one out front here is only about 35, 40 feet away. I could see the outline of the one out back, but the one out here in the front, I couldn't even see. It was that foggy. Couldn't see across the street. It was bad, but it's lifted quite a bit now. But it's still foggy out. So it's foggy enough. People are still driving with their headlights on, going up and down the street out here. So
Yeah, it looks like the rain's getting ready to get heavier down here.
oh boy. Well, Randy, I hope that you are out of there before that storm hits. I really do.
And it don't matter to me, all it's going to be is a little bit of wind and rain. Oops, scale's open. I got to go in.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, it does look like it's getting about ready to rain out there. So, well, it's been great. You have a good day. Safe travels. And I will talk with y'all later. Bye.
All right, thank you. Bye. You guys see the scales. Oh, it says it's open, but it's saying exit onto I-55, and there ain't nobody here. Why didn't they take their dang it? It's closed. After I get off the highway, waste my time. Why couldn't they just put the sign out on the highway where we didn't stop? That wastes fuel. So I got free pass and everything because people don't realize when you slow down on a vehicle and start out, you use more fuel. I was just too lazy to go out and change the sign on the highway. Hey, Alvin. You just getting around, Alvin, or you been up a while? Better get the house cleaned. The house cleaning lady's gonna be there. I slept in this morning. I was tired. I didn't want to get up. Oh, not till next week? Oh, okay. I actually went to bed at I think 9:30, and I was just exhausted, I guess. I woke up at 6, but I went right back to sleep till 8. Hey, Molly. Yeah, I stayed up till on election night till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got up at 7 and took off driving yesterday, and I drove I think 550, 560 miles. I just can't do it anymore. Stay up late. I hate it getting old. I still wake up early, even though but I was just tired then. Oh, another bad bump. Yeah, I don't sleep about 4 or 5 hours too, and then I gotta go pee. But and then usually if I go to bed early, I don't really rest. I sleep good in between like 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock of the morning. I die then. It's weird. I could be in bed all night long, but like I'm not resting. But early in the morning, it seems like I get better sleep. Now, if I set my alarm on my phone, I always wake up 30 minutes before the alarm goes off. No matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I set it for 4 or 5 or whatever. I always wake up before the alarm goes off. Like my internal alarm activates or something. Guys, I'm going to have to end this stream. I keep getting text messages. I got to see what they want here so I don't get stuck down here tonight, so I better answer them. Sorry. I was wanting to be on another hour till I get down there where I parked, but I better answer them because I don't want to get stuck down here in this hurricane, so I better answer these damn text messages. But I'll see you all later. Maybe Rita will start one after lunch. Bye, everybody.